Hey, my name is Eric Worrell, and in today's video we're answering the question of how many credit cards should I have? So it's a pretty simple question, but there are a lot of questions that go along with this, and Google will tell us what those questions are. So people also ask, is 3 credit cards too many? Do too many credit cards hurt your credit? How many credit cards should I have for good credit? So it seems like the reason people are asking this question is they want to know how it will affect their credit if they have too many credit cards. So the top 5 things that affect your credit, it will help to explain this a little bit better. So the number one thing that affects your credit as a individual is payment history. Are you paying your bills on time? This represents 35% of the overall credit score. Now, credit utilization rate represents 30%, and we're going to get to what that is exactly and how you can manipulate your credit utilization rate. And credit age or credit history is 15%. New credit you've taken on is 10%, and type of credit you use is 10%. So you add those all up, that is 100%, and that is how your credit card score is determined. There's different bureaus that do it, and their algorithms or their formulas are a little bit different, but for the most part, this is what it all boils down to. So when calculating your individual FICO score, the number of credit cards that you have will influence the smallest weighted category, the type of credit that you use. So that's from Investopedia. And now Ethan Dornhelm, who is the vice president of FICO Score, said the sheer number of credit cards accounts that a consumer has is much less important to the FICO score than how the consumer is managing those accounts. So going back to that first one from Investopedia, when it's talking about the type of credit you use, which accounts for 10% of your credit score, that's including all credit. So that might be you have an auto loan or a mortgage. It's not just your credit cards. So the number of credit cards that you have really doesn't even affect that too much. And then FICO found that people with the highest credit scores of 800 or over tended to have an average of 3 open cards. So that might give you some ideas on what you're dealing with and what you have. So understanding your credit utilization, which is the second largest determinant on your credit score. So what is credit utilization? Sometimes referred to as your credit utilization ratio is how much you typically owe each month divided by your total credit limit. It affects your overall credit score. Here's an example of credit utilization in action. So let's say you spend $2,000 average amount of monthly credit with a $4,000 credit limit on one credit card. So you take that 2,000 divided by 4,000 equals 0.5, which equals a 50% credit utilization. So with credit utilization, 30% is the magic number. And what you want to do is if you're under 30%, it's good and it helps your credit. And if you're over 30%, it's considered bad and it hurts your credit. So in this particular case, a 50% credit utilization, well, that's bad for your credit score. So therefore, if you're over 30%, yep, just covered that. All right, so understanding your credit usage. Now, credit usage. To calculate your average monthly credit usage, it is based on all of your credit card statements. So you go back 12 months and add up all of your credit card statements for all of your cards and divide that number by 12 to learn what your monthly credit usage is. So which of these scenarios has the highest monthly credit usage? One card with $24,000 of credit usage in the last 12 months, 2 cards with a total of $24,000 credit usage in the last 12 months, or 3 cards with a total of $24,000 of total credit usage in the last 12 months. I'll give you a second to think about that, but you probably guessed it because you're a smart cookie. This is a trick question, as they all have an average monthly credit usage of $2,000, which is $24,000 divided by 12 months. The number of cards you own doesn't affect your credit usage, but it can change your credit utilization ratio. So, how to lower your credit utilization? Now, 3 ways to do this. Number 1 is you lower your monthly spending. Now, it usually is an average of 12 months, so if you lower your monthly spending for 1 month, it will bring it down, but not dramatically. If you do it for 12 months, it will definitely bring down your credit utilization. Now, another way you can do it is you can increase your credit limit on your current card. If you call your credit card company, you can just make a request and they may look at your account and say no, or they may say, yeah, sure, we can increase it. So by increasing your credit limit, you will actually decrease your credit utilization rate as long as you keep your spending the same. And then a third way to do it is you can open a new credit card to increase your overall limit. So understanding how credit utilization is determined. It's based on your total credit limit across all credit cards and not an individual card by card basis. So multiple credit cards and credit utilization. So what if we add one extra credit card? So you remember that earlier example, $2,000 average amount a month with a 4,000 credit card limit with one card was a 50% credit utilization. So let's say hypothetically we add one more card which also has a $4,000 credit card limit, and now our overall credit is $8,000, but spending remains the same overall. So going forward, you would have $2,000 now divided by 8,000, which equals a 25% credit utilization. So again, going back to that 30% being a magic number, by opening one more credit card, you could go from 50% utilization to 25% utilization. And if you recall, your credit card utilization accounts for 30% of your total credit score. So by increasing your total credit limit, what you can do over the course of 12 months is really dramatically reduce your credit utilization. So how do you find the right card? What I have found is cardratings.com is a great service for allowing you to find what is a good credit card that meets your needs and fits you well. So the first thing they do is they filter you down based on your credit score, and you can click this if you don't know what your credit score is. But let's say you have good credit. Then what you can do is you can pick what's important to you, and maybe what you're interested in is the cards with the best rewards that are available to you. And then you can say what type of rewards you want. Maybe you're looking for travel cards. And the really cool thing about this is it's very easy to just filter. Again, you can go back and then select your preferred card issuer if you want. And I should mention that this is as of July 9th, 2020. So these offers are always changing, but it's super easy using this service to kind of filter down what's important to you. Maybe it's low APR and you have good credit. It all depends on what you're looking for. I do have an affiliate link for this service in the description of this video below, and I ask you to use that link because I can make a commission that way, but it's still the same to you. You still get all the same bonuses, but I get a little slice of the pie, which helps me to make more of these educational videos for my YouTube channel, which is the main way that I support my family. So I appreciate your support in that way. And in the next video, what we're going to discuss is what happens if you open a credit card and you don't use it at all, and how does that affect your credit score. So you can click that video and I'll take you into the next video to explain that, and I look forward to catching you in the next video.